Hey guys, Takamasak here, and welcome to Home, a short, story-driven game which apparently won't take all that long, as there is only one badge for 5 points. The Home is Where the Hearth Is badge. This game was uploaded by Raius? R-A-I-U-S? So let's take a look. There's only a few instructions. E to interact with stuff, spacebar to do stuff, or left click, and A and D to move. So let's take a look. You are an adventurer for hire. You take a variety of jobs and contracts to earn a living, usually involving hunting monsters or criminals, escorting merchants, and royalty, etc. It's the peak of one of the worst winters in years, and a warm fire is a necessity to survival. Not long ago, you purchased your own home in the outskirts of town. It's a nice change of pace from moving between inns all the time, but after so many days of returning to an empty and bare home, you feel slightly bored of the routine. Nevertheless, you keep working. My house is on fire. E? The fire crackles warmly. No, that's not scary at all. Oh my. Sitting chair? No sitting chair. Okay. Go to work, I guess. You spend the day tracking a beast that has been eating the local farmers as cows. You eventually track it back to its lair and defeat it, receiving several cuts and bruises in the process. You claim your well-earned reward and then return home. Okay, can I go back out? Or would I have a lightsaber? The fire still crackles warmly. So, I guess there's nothing else to do. You make a simple meal and sit next to the fire eating it. There's not much else to do, and the day has worn you out. You go to bed early. Okay. Go to bed now! I want it to be much like real life. Just get up and go to bed. Is that all it's ever going to say? Just crackle, crackle. You escort a merchant carriage between two towns, facing numerous pack of bandits along the way. The long travel in the cold and frequent fighting is draining, but you are given a good sum of gold and some food as payment. You return home exhausted. Okay. Yeah, nothing really much in the fire. Once again, you make a basic meal and fall into the chair next to the... I didn't go that way. You throw some more wood on the fire and go to bed. Okay. I'm glad I sleep with my gun. Why does it keep doing that if it wants me to... You work as a bodyguard to guide of a lord visiting a nearby town. Although he is accompanied by 4 of his own guards, he hired you for your knowledge of the area. The lord is an unpleasant man, but the work is better than destroying monster nests and swamps. While walking through the markets, a clearly inexperienced pickpocket barges into the lord and dashes off with a pouch of coins. Don't just stand there, fools! Catch that scum! Bring him back here! You pursue the thief through a few streets, but quickly catch up to him in a side alley and tackle him to the ground, and murder him. The thief is a very young man, maybe still a teenager. Please, sir, don't kill me. I can't leave my brothers alone to fend for themselves. Please, just let me have this coin in my life, and I swear I'll never cross you again. Fuck it, I don't give a shit about the asshole guy. You know this man needs the coin more than the lord. You glance around and the other guards are nowhere nearby. You tell him to keep the purse and run as fast as he can. Thank you, sir. Thank you. He sprints away, wiping tears from his face. You tell the lord that the thief couldn't be found. He is visibly furious. You can forget about your payment. Get out of my sight and be thankful I didn't have you punished where you stand. Punished for what? You return home. Your coin purse is lighter than usual, but your conscience is too. And for that, you're thankful. Okay. Well, it's not like I'm spending money on anything anyway. Unless that's how I'm eating. You practice some swordplay before once again going to sleep early. I do a lot of going to sleep early. I thought that might have said something different from this. You spot an unusual request on the notice board in town. A traveling alchemist is looking for a place to stay until winter ends. They're offering a hefty payment for this. You decided to take their quest and go meet them. You enter the local tavern, and, as stated on the notice, the alchemist is sitting in the back corner by herself. Or it's a her. You show her the notice, and she beams with joy. You're a lifesaver. Thank you. There's not much hope. There's not a hope of me getting my stock back. home with the winter being as bad as it is, and none of the inns would let an alchemist stay because I am apparently a hazard to the other guests. Don't worry, I won't set your home on fire or blow it up or whatever it is people think alchemists do. Although I need to bring a few of my own things so I can continue working while the weather has me cooped up around here. As she says this, she drops a sack of coins on the table. You're surprised the table can take that much weight. You return home with the alchemist. Hey, girl! Can I have a potion? I can't check the fire anymore! Well, I quit. Oh, Moosix! Anyway, thank you for letting me dump my stuff in here. Besides, this place doesn't seem like it needs more life in it anyway. You really don't spend a lot of time here, huh? No, I suppose I don't. With the alchemist's help, you make some dinner, and the two of you sit next to the fire and eat it. You both talk about work and the weird people and places you've encountered as a result of it. For the first night in a long time, you spend much of it laughing and talking cheerfully. You're surprised when you realize how late it is. You help the alchemist unpack the last of her garbage, and, after showing her to her room, you head to bed. Looks like I essentially live in a cave. Hey, girl! Morning! Heading out this early? Here, take some of these with you. They're much better than those mass-produced potions you've been using before. She hands you several vials of healing potions and medicinal bandages. Hey, thanks. You are very epic. Perturbed about not being able to check the fire. You take a job as a courier for a nearby town smith, delivering weapons and armor to the city. It's long work, and trekking through the mounds of snow to get from the town to the city just makes it worse. After returning from deliveries, you go to claim your payment from the smith. As you enter the shop, you see the smith talking to his daughter, a somber look on his face. When he sees you in the doorway, he urges his daughter to go upstairs. You can tell from here that she's unwell. Her skin is snow white, and she seems to be breathing slightly heavily. She rushes upstairs at her father's urging. Welcome back, friend, the smith says, smiling warmly. You're here for your payment, I assume. Just give me a second while I find the pouch. While she searches for the coin pouch, you think about the daughter, feeling worried. Well, yeah, I gotta know about that. You mention how his daughter seemed unwell and asks if there's any way you can help. His expression darkens for a second before returning to his usual jolly smile. No, there's no problem. She caught the flu, and it seems nothing serious. He hands you your payment and bids you farewell. You return home, worried about the smith and his daughter. That seemed like it'd be a little more than the flu if you're pale, and I don't think you really get pale from the flu, do you? You don't really lose the blood in your face. Welcome back. I hate to ask this, but do you think you could help me make some potions later tonight? I have a pretty big batch order, and I need to fill for tomorrow. Don't worry, they're only basic ones. I'll show you how to make them. Okay, I can do that. Should I eat? You want help with this? Oh, that's a, what's that? Is that a dexterity elixir? I'm trying to remember my Diablo days. You spend the night helping the alchemist make batches of potions of various kinds. You learn a lot about alchemy in the process, and you place the boxes of new potions in the alchemist's carriage outside. You remember the smith's child and ask her if she is able to cure the illness. According to her, if the sickness hasn't advanced too far, then it's usually possible. You clean up the leftover ingredients and apparatus while talking about the day's work and then go to bed. Hey, Boo! You're heading out now. I'm going in a few minutes, too. Thanks again for all your help yesterday. Without you, I wouldn't have had time to even eat or sleep last night. Turns out we've made slightly too many potions, so here, take the extras. You take the extra potions and bring them with you. Yay! Potions! What are we going to do today? You end up passing through the same town as yesterday on the way home from the monster hunt. You hear crowds of people shouting and cursing a few buildings over. You think it might be coming from the smith's shop, and you run over there instantly. There's a mob of townspeople outside the shop, trying to break the door down. Among the shouts and roars, you hear what some of them are saying. She'll turn soon! The longer she lives, the more danger we're in! You must kill her! There's no chance for her! The majority of the mob seems blinded by rage, shouting much worse things. Kill the demon! The child must die, or we all die! You thought you could hide our infection from us? Do you want to kill us all? You approach the mob, and a few of them turn to you. Adventurer! The smith's daughter has been infected by a demon. It's only a matter of time before she becomes an abomination herself and kills us all. You can help us, yes? Please kill the child and the... I'm not gonna kill a fucking child! Please kill the child and the smith if you have to, and you can keep everything that's in the shop and we'll even pay you for the work. Which one of these? Well, I'm glad I don't have to kill her either way. I don't know if they're going to go along with this. You explain that there's a way to cure the child. Some of the townspeople realize how hastily they acted on their fear. A small few keep trying to break into the shop. The calm townspeople restrain their enraged friends, probably their attempt to make up for their mistake. And you rush into the shop. You tell the smith you're here to help, and you know of a way to cure your daughter. My apologies, friend, but I don't think I can trust anyone right now. My own neighbors just tried to murder us, some of them using weapons I made for them personally. As he says this, he looks to his daughter, who is hiding behind the counter. She seems barely conscious. The smith sighs and picks her up in his arms. I have no choice but to trust this isn't some trap. Lead the way. You and the smith bolt out of the house and don't stop running until you get home. You can hear the townspeople fighting amongst themselves in the distance. Eventually, you reach home. You tell the alchemist what happened. She gathers all the necessary supplies and asks you and the smith to help her. For what feels like hours, the three of you work to make potions, antidote, and medicines. As you near the end of your stock of supplies, the child's breathing calms. Her skin regains its color, and she falls unconscious. The alchemist wipes her brow and takes a deep breath. That should do it. She'll be as healthy as ever by tomorrow. All she needs now is rest. The smith falls into a chair, sobbing with joy. Thank you, friends. I have no words to express my gratitude. Whatever you may need, I'm forever in your debt. We don't even have a home to return to now. I couldn't stand to look at my neighbors in the eye again. At least some of them realize the error of their ways, thanks to you. You tell the smith that they can stay here for as long as they need. Does your kindness have no limit? That's twice now you've saved us. We'll find a way to pay you back, I swear it. The three of you clean away the supplies and equipment and put home back the way it was. Hello, friend! I'm glad we could help her. I imagine she'll be perfectly fine by the time you arrive home tomorrow. Dexterity potion? Hello. Thank you for all you've done, friend. I'll stay up and watch her overnight. Okay. She's sleeping soundly. Okay, bye. You stay up talking to the smith about how his daughter became infected. Apparently the two came across a lesser demon while out in the woods. It managed to cut the child before the smith cut it down. He tried for days to find a cure himself, fearing what would happen if the people knew of his daughter's illness. His fears were eventually realized, and that's when you came along. You talked for a bit longer and before eventually going to sleep, exhausted. The smith stayed up all night watching over his daughter. Are you well? Still sleeping. Okay. Good morning. You're leaving for work, I assume. Good luck out there. Hey, looks like he stayed up all night last night. I'd even told him countless times that she'll be fine, but he refused to sleep. Okay. Well, I probably wouldn't sleep either under those circumstances. You take a job defending miners from monsters working in the dark, winding tunnels. At the end of the day, you use some of the alchemist's medicinal bandages. You can practically feel your wounds vanishing. You collect your reward and return home, curious as how the smith's daughter's doing. Oh, she's up! Yay! She's awoken, as you can see. She seems full of energy, too. If only she wasn't so shy as to keep it all bottled up. Hi! Oh, okay. She woke up a few hours ago, more full of energy than ever. Ah, and I also picked up some things in town so I can continue smithing to some extent here. Only some basics. I'll need to use the nearest town smithy from time to time. The alchemist said she could look after her while I'm out. My daughter is a bit shy around new people, but in time she'll certainly warm up to both of you. Okay. Okay. I guess I'm going to bed. The four of you talk about various things for the night. The smith's daughter remains mostly quiet by her father's side. Occasionally, he throws a question her way in an attempt to get her to open up some more. She still seems awkward in the new environment. It seems she'll need some more time to settle in before she can completely feel comfortable around you and the alchemist. The smith's daughter goes to sleep early, and you and the others follow suit a few hours later. Hello! Ah, good morning. I've just finished a gift for you. It should help keep you safe if your back is to the wall. He gives you a masterfully crafted dagger, complete with ornate carvings and indentations. It's all about the indentations when you're doing dagger work. You ready to talk? No. Hey there. Here, you know the drill. She hands you some potions and medicinal bandages. Come home safe and try not to get cut up out there. You don't want to terrify the poor child. Well, she's not really talking. Blah, 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 blah. You take a job gathering boar pelts in the woods. You don't know why exactly anyone needs boar pelts, but you don't really care as long as you get a reward. Although the wind and snow makes the work uncomfortable, it's an easy day, and you turn in the pelts and collect your payment. You arrive home earlier than usual. Welcome back. Dad's out at the smithy in town, but he'll be back later on. The alchemist has been looking after me all day. I don't mind, though. She's funny and really friendly. I've been learning a lot of the things about potions as well. That's good. Oh, hey, you're back earlier than usual. The smith isn't even home yet. I've been looking after the little one since he left. I feel she's opened up a lot as well. She's been taking an interest in alchemy. I taught her how to make some basic stuff, and she's taking to it pretty well. She has talent. She's also been asking a lot about your work. I think she'd like it if you talk to her about it later on. Okay, you want to talk about it? I murdered boars! It was a big boar! No, she doesn't care. The three of you talk by the fire. The smith's daughter is clearly more comfortable here after spending time with the alchemist. She asks you about your adventures. You tell her about some of your more interesting jobs. Her eyes are wide with wonder while you talk about the monsters you've hunted, the people you've met, and everything else that comes to mind. The smith arrives home. His face lightens when he sees all of you. The four of you stay up talking cheerfully throughout the night. Eventually, you force yourself to go to bed. There's more boar pelts to get. Good morning, friend. I trust you slept well. It's amazing how quickly she's opened up to both of you. I guess it's all thanks to the alchemist. I wouldn't have thought she'd been so good with children. Anyway, good luck out there. Hello. Good morning. Come home safe, okay? And also, when you get home, do you think you could show me how to be an adventurer like you? I know it's dangerous for my age, but at least I want to know how to use a sword and keep people safe. Well, you tell her you'll teach her if it's okay with her father. Really? Thank you. I'll ask him as soon as I'm finished helping the alchemist. Yeah, it's all about the indentations, remember? Indentations. Hey, good luck out there. It seems like she wants to help me out with my work from time to time. She really has taken a shine to the whole thing. While talking, she hands you the usual potions and bandages. Okay, bye. The day is once again unremarkable. You hunt some animals and gather some meat for a village. While the local hunter is unwell, you take payment and return home. Hello. Hey, welcome home. Thanks to the little one, I managed to make enough stock for the day that I can actually relax for once. You're asking why I'm still holding this potion? Honestly, I don't really know. Habit, maybe? Okay. I didn't even notice she was holding that. Welcome back. My daughter's been telling me stories about how she wants to learn to fight. This might surprise you, but I have no problem with it. She should know how to defend herself someday, so why not start young? My only request is that you use these instead of steel weapons. He gives you a pair of finely carved wooden swords. I made them earlier after she asked me about learning. They should make things a bit safer than swinging around those 3-foot razor blades. Okay. Probably. Welcome back. Dad says he'll let me learn how to use a sword. When can we start? Now, I guess. Whatever. You teach the smith's daughter some of the fundamentals of defense and swordplay. Evasion, distance, angles, and striking. The concepts don't come naturally to her, unlike alchemy. She's clumsy on her feet and is easily flustered. But she refuses to stop until she makes some progress. After a few hours, she is already better than when she started. She's better at staying at a safe distance and is slightly more confident with her footwork. You call it that for the night, and she has much to learn, but she clearly has the drive to keep improving. The smith and the alchemist sat nearby and chatted the whole time. After you finish training, the four of you eat dinner and talk amongst yourselves. You go to bed afterwards, promising the smith's daughter that you'll train with her every day you're able. Absolutely. Good morning. I don't think I've ever seen my daughter enjoy herself as much as when you were sparring last night. In fact, since we've been staying here, she's been happier and more energetic than usual. All the more reason for me to be thankful for you two. She seems like she's about to start practicing again already. She only woke up. How much energy does that child have? As per usual, take these. Stay safe out there. Yeah, children have a grotesque amount of energy. I know from very much experience. Morning! I'll be practicing some more while you're out, and so I'll even be better by the time you get back home. Come home safe. Okay. Bye! You spend the day hunting a monster that has been eating the village's crops. You take it down and defeat it. Any injuries you are quickly remedied with the alchemist's supplies. You take your payment and set off home. I wonder if the story is affected at all, like if you forget to take the stuff from the alchemist. As you trudge through the wind and snow, you realize you've been looking forward to returning home each day. Something you haven't felt in far too long. You don't know how much longer this winter will last, or if the others will choose to live somewhere else once it ends. You would gladly let them stay if they wanted to, and something tells you they might end up doing just that. That will be a choice to be made much later on, though. You approach the front door and realize that right now, the only thing you really care about is that you're home. That is a very cute story. Oh, it just credited the badge, so that is very cute. I love these little story-driven games. Ended up timing perfect right around 20 minutes, so yeah, very cute. I really love these story games. I mean, there's not a whole lot to do. And like I said, I was kind of wondering if you didn't take the stuff from the alchemist, if that has any effect on the storyline or anything like that. So maybe you guys can let me know. Anyway, this was Home. If you guys want to play for yourself, as always, link will be in the video description. This is Takamasak. I'll see you later.